And welcome back to another Wrestlemania edition of the Work Shoot Alliance. I'm Randy.
I'm Jim.
David.
And what gets you more hyped for a WrestleMania match than the intro package that they put out before the match? And usually they're showing it a week or two before. I remember WrestleMania 25's package for Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. I like the one they did like a month before, when they were still trying to figure out if Undertaker was going to accept the challenge or not, more than I like the intro package on WrestleMania. They do such an amazing job at WWE for those intro packages.
Yeah, they can get you hyped for like Doink versus Crush and stuff like that.
That is on our list.
Oh, yep, twice.
Yeah, they have a way of just it brings out the emotion in you more than anything. Like you obviously at one point or another in those intro packages have a fan favorite, and you get hyped for that person. You pull for that. The Rock Austin one, which we'll be getting to, is the one that sticks out the most to I think anybody in a long shot.
And that was honestly probably the first one that they did that really made me take notice of it. We do have one from before because it was one of the original ones. They didn't really do them before then, but most of them are in the last decade or so because they've just gotten so much better at them, and they're doing them for more and more matches now. Usually it was for one match you'd get an intro package, and everything else was last week on Raw you saw this, and then 3 weeks we saw it. But they do it so much better. So let's get started. WrestleMania 5, Hogan and Savage, which was a fantastic storyline to do this build on, with the whole Miss Elizabeth stuff and her getting hit and knocked out, and built a little differently than most of the intro packages we'll talk about, but again, for happening 30 years ago, it was a great starting point, and one that still stands the battle of time. That was what I was going for. English, damn it.
Yeah, I love this one because I was back in the heydays when I was a kid watching it, because they even went from like the video packages was when Savage first won it, and just like the little look he gives Hogan when he lifts up Elizabeth or whatever, because they had planned Hogan and Savage a year later, which was cool to do. When like recently when it was Rock and Cena, and they had Cena feuding with Kane and stuff to kill time. But anyways, but yeah, when even like the Survivor Series, when the celebrating with Elizabeth again, and Hogan taking the glory of it, and Savage is champ, and
Hogan taking glory for something.
Weird. They have like the Rumble when he eliminated Savage on accident. But there's seeds everywhere for when the breakup finally happened. And I remember watching it as a kid too. And when Savage finally turned, the feud got hot. And the package just laid everything out perfectly, and it was really pumped you up for the match.
This was on that WrestleMania tape when we were first starting off, when I was telling you this was that tape that got me basically, like, I burned that tape out.
Done that before.
But this was this was on there, and this was like the feud that you were looking forward to. But for me, other than Warrior and Rude, which was again horrible storyline looking back on it now as an adult. But this one right here, they put everything. They set everything up perfect, and it couldn't have been done any better. Savage played such a heel. At times, it was perfect. Using Elizabeth to block people from the shots. Just anything. It was fantastic.
All right, and next we move on to WrestleMania 17. And again, the one that really started it all. Limp Bizkit's My Way worked perfect for Rock and Austin 2. Again, WrestleMania 17. The whole build-up was Austin was going to do anything to win the title. The setup with Vince making his wife at the time, Deborah, manage The Rock was great. And just, again, the great 90s rock of Limp Bizkit in the background of Rock and Austin having their one-on-one interview. It's so good. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was the video, like, for the WrestleMania everyone turns back to. If you ask a bunch of wrestling fans best WrestleMania, like, this one's it. And I think a lot of it has to do with the video package too, because it was something everyone wanted to see. Like, the first Rock and Austin was good, but they both grew so much in that time. Because the next year Austin was hurt, and then he came back, and now everyone wants to see Rock and Austin again. and it happened. They got it, and it delivered, even with the schmoz ending, but it was still outstanding.
One of my favorite things from the package is watching. You hear the Limp Bizkit in the background, and I was a huge Limp Bizkit fan as a kid anyway, so that worked perfect for me. But then you see the cheers with the beers, and that's and the alternate of using each other's finisher in the process throughout the feud. I mean, get huge hype from the crowd. That was the match of all matches that people wanted to see from that Attitude Era anyway, and it worked out perfect.
Yeah. Let's move on. WrestleMania 24. Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels in one of the more emotional ones, just because you knew what was coming. Everyone knew this was Ric Flair's retirement. I was going to say last match. It's not. His retirement match, and you knew he was going to ball like a baby because that's just what Flair does. And the packers did a great job of building that with the whole thing with Vince telling Rick that the next time he loses, he's done, to setting up the match for Shawn Michaels, even though he didn't want any part of it. But Ric Flair really nagging him on to get that big WrestleMania match. A great setup to a very emotional match.
Yeah, it was a great video for it, too. I just remember when the storyline started for when Flair loses, he retires. Like, he didn't really believe it until it actually happened. Because I think he went against, like, Kennedy at the Rumble or something. And I think even, like, MVP or something. You're like, Flair's not going to lose. This is stupid.
Right.
Then you get the HBK match, and you're like, oh, crap, this might actually happen. And the video leading up to it, too. And, like even after WrestleMania, just video packages recapping it. It's just great storyline. I think I watched that WrestleMania alone, too. And I'm just acting like someone was cutting onions in the kitchen. But yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, you're choking up as we're talking about it.
Sorry.
This, again, was one of those ones, I think, where just the setup alone, the man, sorry, Becky Lynch, versus Mr. WrestleMania, you couldn't have asked for a better WrestleMania moment there in that point in time. And as well, we all knew it was coming, Flair's final retirement match. Couldn't have been any better way to go out than against Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, Flair. Why didn't you just stop there?
Who was kind of like just the Flair of that generation. Yeah. He was flamboyant. He did all the stuff. He had the girls like Flair did. He was unapologetic for his word.
He had a back injury and was gone for a little bit and came back.
Yeah, not quite a plane crash, but
but yeah, again, just WWE has a way of setting up these packages to make you just the matches itself sit with you.
Yep, and that works
above and beyond
perfectly with the next one, WrestleMania 26, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, Part 2. Again, the one that they showed the week after the Elimination Chamber, I think I liked better, just for the music choice. I can't remember. Off the top of my head, I can't think of what that was.
Probably Celine Dion.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think WWE could afford that.
Or Saliva or Drowning Pool is probably it.
Good choice. No, it was that was more WrestleMania 17 time.
Right.
What was it? Drowning Pool was WrestleMania 20's theme?
I think it might have been. I remember 18 was Saliva because they performed at it.
Yeah. 19 was Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Mudvayne was in there somewhere. I forget if it was WrestleMania or not. Anyways, even the one at WrestleMania was fantastic. Again, Shawn Michaels just being bugged by the fact that he was really close to beating Undertaker and wanting one more match. Them putting his career on the line. And again, you knew that they weren't going to... Well, we all thought that the streak was never going to end. We were wrong. But knowing that it was against the streak and Shawn Michaels' career, again, like Ric Flair, you knew it was the end for Shawn Michaels. And they built to it really well.
Yeah, because we played the storyline great because that Rumble was outstanding.
Yes.
When Undertaker was champ.
Go look at our playlist to get our thoughts on that Rumble.
Yeah, and it was... I always thought in my mind the whole time, like, all right, Undertaker's going to win the Chamber, and how is HBK going to get in the match? Then suddenly HBK costs Undertaker the Chamber and helps Jericho win it, and that's his way.
Jericho was so great with that.
Oh, yeah, that was a great swerve, because I know they like to swerve just to swerve, but that one actually really worked, because I did not see that coming at all. I thought they were going to do something fancy to get him to accept, but that set up the build for it, Heaven versus Hell, and the entrances and everything. It was like the video package going into their entrances. It was just an awesome setup for a great match.
Yeah. these guys pretty much once again said it all. You can't take anything away from either person. Mr. WrestleMania versus the Dead Man, streak versus career. What more could you ask for in a WrestleMania moment match? Both again, Deuce said the entrances, Heaven and Hell coming up from the bottom, HBK coming down from the top with his white cowboy hat and Stetson and his cow leather pants or whatever you want to call it. It was just horrendous wardrobe choice, but it worked perfectly for either one of them. So
better than the Chamber, at least.
Yeah. Shit brown pants with a giant heart on
Again, if you want to watch that one, we'll play this one.
But yeah, just perfect. One of the better ones, if not up there with the Rock Austin in my mind.
Absolutely. And then we move on a couple years later, kind of in that same storyline. That was a 4-year build. The third Undertaker Triple H WrestleMania match, second in a row. Hell in a Cell, end of an era. Works perfectly with Metallica. Just a great build to it. Really, again, with all these video packages, their whole thing is to show how big of a moment this match is about to be. And I think my favorite part of this whole video package and the whole build up to the whole feud was Undertaker talking to Triple H something about Shawn Michaels being, like last week I said Shawn Michaels was better. Yeah, he is. And just Shawn Michaels' grin on his face at that point is so fantastic. Another really good one. And again, the music choice really plays a big factor into it.
Yeah, played right into the match too for being Hell in a Cell. It was just one of those, like, it just felt like with these WrestleMania matches with Undertaker later on, it's like everyone's goal is all they want to do is be Undertaker at WrestleMania. Yeah. And it was the simplest storyline, and it works so good. Like, you could have even had, like, Carlito suddenly won a WrestleMania match, and they could have built it up with a video package probably. Well, probably not. But just know it just feels real to people because that's what they want to do is be Undertaker and Triple H.
I can just picture in my head now, Carlito. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Yes. And streaks are not cool.
Spit.
I set it up.
Spit in the air under the apple. And
oh, God. Especially if they did it at 29 instead of Punk and he spits in the urn after Paul Bearer passed away.
Yeah. He probably would have said that's not cool if he had to do that.
Cool. That's not cool.
Yeah. But anyway, it always felt, obviously, in a fake sport, it feels real when the match just makes you feel during the video package because that was just their goal. Beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. End it. Yeah. And everyone was failing up to that point. But everyone, like the year prior, I thought Undertaker was losing. Like mid-match, I was like, holy crap, this is going to be the one he loses. And so I really wanted to see this match and this package helped a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, at this point, the goal for anyone and everyone is to beat Taker, and it's how close can you get it, and who's the most realistic opponent for Taker to lose the match. And I think the year prior with Triple H having these back-to-back matches, putting it in Hell in a Cell, both of them having phenomenal win streaks in the cell. First off, makes it both have the highest rating win streaks, I believe.
And both been in there more than anyone.
Yeah, and I mean, to have those moments at WrestleMania alone to set it up, you knew it was going to be a hell of a match. You knew it was going to be a fantastic setup. The storyline was perfect. The intro package, the music for the cell coming down, and the smoke rolling in. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better setup for that match. Just you had goosebumps watching everything unfold in that package and up until the point of the match starting, and then it was just hell unleashed, balls to the wall. Fantastic match.
Their backs at the end of that match.
Oh God, Undertaker looked like a ground beef.
And the last one, WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan and Triple H, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I think they played this on the pre-show because this opened WrestleMania, and I don't think they played the video package. They might have after Daniel Bryan did his entrance, but I can't think of it. But still,
B+.
One of the best. Again, the B+ player stuff. Imagine Dragons doing Monster, which fit perfectly, and showing the transformation of Daniel Bryan and his beard and all of that, and showed the entire year-long story that they went through. Even if it wasn't going to go that way in the end. They did a great job of making sure that this felt like a huge moment. And it absolutely was, and the video package definitely helped.
Yeah, the package rocked, and like I would have to go back to actually watch any package that they would have had for Batista and Randy Orton, because everything like that was supposed to be their main event, but Daniel Bryan and Triple H was like by far everyone's at the start just to be able to see Bryan in the main event, and it was great. Obviously it was against all their plans at first. Like it wasn't supposed to be like Daniel Bryan and Sheamus again or something, or actually wrestle at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I think so.
Yeah, and then the crowd just put Daniel Bryan on a pedestal and pretty much said F off if he's not in the main event, and they listened.
Was it Bryan and Kane maybe? I think it was supposed to be Punk and Triple H.
Oh, I think so. Punk and Triple H, or Punk and Kane, one of the two, with that awful Kane being authority figure crap.
Mr. Suit and Tie. Yeah, this match, again, you just the match alone, the feels in it, the underdog versus the top guy of the company. And again, the package, you can't beat that song choice, showing everything changing in the process. And Bryan coming from just the American Dragon to this B-plus player fan favorite that they, again, put on a pedestal, high, held above their heads. Shortest man in the world, tallest man in the universe in that point, and couldn't have been better.
Yeah, absolutely. And my son ended up loving that song. I played it a lot. Let's see. Let's play our normal game. One person, take one, and put it in the top three.
Okay.
Since you guys are hesitating, I'm going to make the easy choice. I'm taking WrestleMania 17.
Yeah,
Rocking off.
So we're all going to pick that one three.
Goes in there. All right. You guys make a choice now.
I think
there's one easy choice and one it makes it difficult.
I'm the nostalgic one, so I'm leaning there, but I don't think it matches up with these.
I will fight you. I will fight you if you want that.
I was going to say I figure we'd go with the easy top and the bottom, because I figure...
I think I'm going to go Taker Triple H.
Taker Triple H?
Yeah, just that... Like, as much as people hated Triple H in the 2000s because he hogged the spotlight, he was excellent. Yes. And this, I think, just solidified it to me.
Yeah. There's one easy choice, Jim.
Well, obviously the easy choice is Flair and HBK.
That is incorrect.
Well, I was going to go with that just for the simple feels of the match. I think
I don't give a shit about the match. I'm talking about the intro package.
Well,
so I'll move it over here with WrestleMania 30. We'll have a fight in a minute. So Hogan, Savage, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. I honestly don't mind putting Michaels, Undertaker 6th because, again, I liked the video package they did before Undertaker accepted more than I liked this one, even though it's a fantastic video package, and I hate Hogan. and it's, I don't think WrestleMania 5 holds up, like, long term, but again, for it being 12 years before another video package was relevant, I give it credit, and will at least move it to 5th if you guys.
Yeah, because you could show someone who's never watched wrestling that video package, and they could be interested in the match.
Yeah, and again, 30 years ago. All right, so Flair, Shawn Michaels, Bryan, Triple H. I was going to fight for Bryan Triple H to be possibly the top. But all right, we'll see if it even makes it past 3rd. But I have it higher than Flair and Shawn Michaels. But what about you?
I'm leaning to Flair and HBK myself too.
I hate both of you.
Yep.
It was for me. It's the fact that it's Flair. He's been in this game longer than anybody at this point, and it's his. I
think Terry Funk still wrestled somewhere.
Well, correct, but
relevantly.
Of relevance. Terry Funk was doing this stuff in the independents. He barely showed up anywhere of importance.
We'll do our ECW list later,
which is terrible.
Randy can't wait.
I can't wait to be done with watching it. All right, so Flair, Triple H, 3rd then? Or are we trying to talk it? Or there's a great Flair Triple H package for. It was a Taboo Tuesday or Survivor Series that was really good.
I think both actually.
But anyways, Flair HBK or Taker Triple H for 2nd?
I think Taker Triple H myself.
Yeah.
I mean, the Metallica music goes great. And you can't beat Limp Bizkit, so I don't think there's an argument as far as what's number one.
No.
I was going to have an argument, but you guys destroyed it and made it fourth.
That's how we do.
All right, so those are our 6. Rocket Austin at WrestleMania 17 is first. WrestleMania 28, the end of the era, is second. Flair's retirement at WrestleMania 24 is third. Bryan and Triple H at WrestleMania 30 is fourth. One of the originals, Hogan and Savage, WrestleMania 5 is fifth. And sixth, Undertaker, Triple H, career versus streak.
HBK Taker.
Did I say Triple H again?
You did.
Yeah. There's a lot of just dashes and stuff. So
I'm so confused. All right, so we're just going to do this. Taker, Triple H is now sixth. HBK Taker is now second, because that's where I put him.
That's where my brain went.
Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, WrestleMania 26. Career versus streak is sixth. Those are our 6. Did we miss any? Of course, there's tons. Did you not like our list? Of course, because we have Bryan and Triple H fourth. Let us know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, do all of that. We will see you next week for another WrestleMania edition of the Work Shoot Alliance. Have a good day.
Deuces.